House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was recently hit with some very troubling news. Hello and welcome back to Resist the Mainstream. I'm Steve Inman, reporting the news that the mainstream won't. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest reports. Well, sources close to the situation report that McCarthy is viewed by GOP party leaders as floundering, owing to his slim majority vote to assume the speaker role and his bowing to President Joe Biden on several financial issues. Reportedly, concessions were made with the White House to avert a government shutdown, due to begin on October 1st if government leaders do not strike a budget agreement. Weakened by weeks of whipping up support just to win his first speakership at the start of the year, McCarthy has only floundered in the eyes of conservatives who feel he caved to Biden during the last government shutdown funding bill. They keep trying to threaten us with these government shutdowns, but who benefits the most? The people in office. They get a vacation. With another funding measure due by the end of September, conservatives have begun an all-out push to win concessions in exchange for their support, including the launch of impeachment proceedings against Biden. And it also appears McCarthy's position as Speaker of the House may be in serious jeopardy.
They have failed time and again in Washington. I'm trying to change Washington, right? No 1,000-page bills, give people 72 hours to read it. We're making those changes, and when you make changes like that to Washington, you disrupt people. People get upset by that. But what we're trying to do is change the behavior so we can get there. And I believe at any time, from the first day we came in, we have a 5-seat majority. So anybody can disrupt any bill that we do. And people get elected from a lot of different places. So what's really been a place that's worked well, like you would come to me and you would talk about border security. Where here we had all these problems on the border. The Democrats would ignore it. And then you came to me, oh my God, you held that bill up from being marked up for 2 weeks. Yeah, you know why I did? So we could be in the room together and work out the difficulties that people had, but at the end of the day, everybody was able to come together.
Tennessee Representative Tim Burchett expressed frustration with McCarthy, telling Axios, "I think it's in the back of everybody's mind. If somebody brings that, it wouldn't take much. You know, it just takes a couple of votes." Under current guidelines, removing the speaker from their position, a motion to vacate requires only one member of the House to make a formal proposal to Congress. Though Republicans hold a slim majority in the House, it is likely a dozen or so Democrats would support the proposal, and a vote to remove McCarthy would carry. Firebrand Rep. Matt Gaetz warned that if McCarthy stood in the way of impeachment proceedings, his tenure as Speaker would be short-lived. In fact, it would be the shortest-lived of all time. When we get back to Washington in the coming weeks, we have got to seize the initiative, said Gaetz during a recent interview on the Todd Starnes Show. Quoted, "If Kevin McCarthy stands in our way, he may not have the job long," Gaetz warned, and Gaetz has been a very adamant critic of McCarthy from the beginning. Removal appears to be possible, but not probable at this point. Leading conservatives such as Jim Jordan and James Comer strongly support McCarthy in his current role. Though some GOP members are not happy with McCarthy on the financial front, most strongly align with his committee appointments and work to expose FBI wrongdoings and his moves to investigate the Biden family.
First, he said that Mr. McCarthy has earned the position. You only earn the position of Speaker of the House if you can get the votes. Mr. McCarthy doesn't have the votes today. He will not have the votes tomorrow, and he will not have the votes next week, next month, next year. And so one must wonder, Madam Clerk, is this an exercise in vanity for someone who has done the math, taken the counts, and is putting this institution through something that absolutely is avoidable? My colleague, Mr. Garcia, did not say this, but many of my other Republican colleagues have. They believe that Mr. McCarthy has earned the position of Speaker of the House because he raised $500 million to get Republicans elected. One earns the position of Speaker by raising enormous sums of money, and there is no doubt that the individual that was nominated by Mr. Garcia is the LeBron James of special interest fundraising in this town. There is nobody better, but I would suggest that there are qualifications for Speaker that are far more important. There are attributes that are far more important. Jim Jordan has those, and I am submitting his name for nomination at this time.
It seems to be natural course of politics playing through its routine moves. Speaker McCarthy is subject to the consequences of the game, just like everyone else. If opposing Republicans can manage to garner enough support to remove McCarthy from his position, then it very well may happen. However, at the moment, it seems McCarthy is relatively safe, but peace never lasts in American politics. You and I know this. Should House Speaker McCarthy start looking for a new job? Should he pack it up? Are House Republicans blowing the matter out of proportion? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Steve Inman with Resist the Mainstream, reporting the news that the mainstream won't. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and of course, hit that notification bell to stay up to date with our latest reports. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.